Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please hit that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys, and that's the only way other people will also find the video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and 3 days of live trading in my Discord, check out the Patreon. That link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it. So what happened Friday? Dow is up 0.16%, another fresh new all-time high. Nasdaq down on the day 0.36%, S&P absolutely flat on the day, and Russell also going flat on Friday. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and a bit of a risk-off move here in the market on Friday. We got energy leading the way on top, consumer defensive, healthcare, and then we got consumer cyclical, financial. On the bottom, you can see technology actually lagging behind, and then we got real estate, industrials, utilities, basic material. And look at this week-to-date performance also here. You can see energy leading the way on top. It was getting really beaten down, and now it's up for the week 4.3%. Communication services led by Google and Meta. Financial, and then we got technology, basic materials, consumer defensive, industrials, utilities, healthcare, real estate, and at the end, consumer cyclical. And that is a big dump off for the week on consumer cyclical. So what do we got here on stock market map? And this is actually for this year, starting this month. And you can see Amazon already up 3.72%. The only thing, and that is why Tesla, in my view, that is a dip buy, especially if you're going long. I think Tesla definitely offers up a great opportunity. It's down 28% for the year. And then another big name you can see right here, Boeing down 22%. Now look at right here, Netflix up 16% already, Meta up 11%, Google up 7.68%, AMD up 23%. Nvidia up 23%, almost 24%. Microsoft up almost 8%. And look at Apple, guys. The big name, the biggest name out there, actually flat for the year. And then you can look at some of these banks are also up. But if you look at Bank of America, actually down for the year. Now, also I want to show you guys this. And this was last week. And you can see again, the same names, big names, Google, Meta, just going straight up. Netflix with earnings up big time. Tesla down almost 14%. Nvidia also up again for this week. Apple only up 0.45%. Microsoft going up 1.32%. And for the day, Friday, you can see Microsoft flat, Apple down 0.90%, Nvidia taking a back seat down 0.95%, Google flat, Meta flat, Amazon going up 0.87%, and Tesla a dead cat bounce and only up 0.34%, and Boeing also getting a dead cat bounce up 1.78%. And I want to show you guys this, and if you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and do that. And look at this, guys, what we got next week. We got a jam-packed week, and you can see it right here. Big names like Pfizer, GM, UPS reporting earnings on Tuesday morning. And the biggest ones are yet to come, and you can see Microsoft, AMD, Google reporting earnings right after the bell on Tuesday. So there's going to be lots of volatility in the market. And look at right here, another big name, Boeing, also reporting earnings, and this thing is extremely oversold. And on top of that, we have earnings on Wednesday morning. Now look at right here, QCOM also reporting earnings right after the bell on Wednesday. And then we got the biggest names, Apple definitely on top, reporting earnings right after the bell on Thursday. And then we got Amazon also at that same time, Meta. So this week, I mean, it's going to be really crazy here in this market. And then on top of that, on Friday morning, we got ExxonMobil and Chevron, two big companies also reporting earnings. So you want to have this earnings chart right here, and you want to go through it definitely before going into Monday's trading session, guys, we got a big week ahead. So yesterday we actually got some cooked up numbers, and you can see the PC data came out. Market did absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, Dow Jones went higher and hitting a fresh new all-time high. Now next week we got pretty much nothing, especially right here. That would be something to watch. Joel's job opening right here. That would be something. And then we got some I think Michigan sentiment also there. Chicago PMI. So nothing really, big going on up until if you look at my screen Wednesday, and that is FOMC. So Jay Powell will come out, and last few times he came out, what we saw, guys, pump, massive pump. I mean, this guy definitely does not care about inflation, and I'm telling you, if you go and look at food cost in US right now at all-time highs, and talking about inflation falling off the cliff, that is a lie. And you will see, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing he will repeat on Wednesday, and inflation not really going anywhere. Some things came down here and there, but if you look at it overall, nothing actually coming down. So that's gonna be something to watch. And top of that, we have big names reporting earnings, and then we have FOMC on Wednesday. And quickly want to show you guys this as well right here. The last time we checked, going into March, it was only a 40% chance of a rate cut, and now you can see today it went up by 7.2%. Now it's 47.2. So going into March now, there's a chance we might see a rate cut, and then also in May and June 50%, and these are also going up. They were 38%. So usually when they cut rate, something goes wrong, and that is what we need to find out, what's wrong and what's going down, because food costs actually not coming down. Some cases, some things are down, and why would the market and the Fed actually come out and start cutting rate this year when food costs actually not coming down? And that's the main thing, because you cannot live without food. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section, guys. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. And I do post a lot of things, including plays like this. Now, talk about joining the Patreon and what's in it, and is it actually worth it? You guys be the judge, and look at this play. I mean, name someone out there can do this before opening. Look at this, guys. AMD buy area 174, 173, call strike 180, go for 0DT, which is today's expiration, Friday. SL stop loss 30%. Now, soon as market opened, what happened? 9:30, AMD dropped down to 174, pretty much exactly. Got calls for only 36 cents. And look at this. And I didn't even hold up until AMD got up to 180. Look at this. From 36 cents, 85 cents. Is that a good play? Are you making money? Now, what I charge on Patreon is absolutely nothing. So there is actually a change, because I can do this without making money. I got bills to pay too, and it does not matter what I do in the stock market. Work is work, and putting out and going live, that's a lot of work, guys. And this is not the only play we actually took on Friday. Cohen shorting at 127, 128, 125 puts. That one also came down to 122, and that was also same day expiration, and that thing went through the roof also, over 100%. Now, if you want to get all these trade ideas, and starting next month, this is gonna be the tiers I have right here, and you can pick one. This is not actually a tier. You can see, so just ignore that. But it will be basic daily trade ideas. You only get daily trade ideas on this tier right here. And then starting next month, Premium Plus. That is where you're going to get live trading, swing trading, and a lot more. You can go on my Patreon and check out all the benefits. And if you want to support the channel, check out that Patreon link down below in the description. On SPY ETF going absolutely flat on Friday and pretty much closing at the high of the week and hitting another fresh new all-time high on Friday and hitting my target almost there, 490, 489.12. And then we saw a bit of a pullback and another, we got a doji indecision candle. So going into Monday's session to the upside, that's going to be a strong resistance to watch, 490. And to the downside, watch out for a reconnection here on 5-day moving average, and that is sitting at 485.83 at this moment. But Monday, this thing will move up. So I would say 486 to watch as a support on a pullback. And you can see how it was actually working today, 486.54. And below 486, then watch out for this gap just under 483, and this is going to act as a support also. We also have support down here just below that 480 13-day moving average, and then 478 right down here. But SPY ETF can continue after holding 5-day moving average. Then watch out for the next stop and another fresh new all-time high. And I know it sounds really insane, but this thing can go up to 490 if this thing pushes back up again and holds 5-day moving average, guys. Until this thing breaks below 20-day moving average right here, which is at 477, or I would say 477 to 478, this support, you're not going to see any significant selling to the downside on SPY ETF. And that is why, right now chasing and FOMO, definitely that's the worst thing you can do here in this market. On triple Q, it's down 0.60%, and it was trying to hold this 5-day moving average all day, and you can see 424.24, and now we got to close just below that. So going into Monday's session, and we know that tech sector definitely can gap up and go again. Watch 424.24 resistant to the upside. And above that, this thing can push again back up to 430 and possibly hitting my target at 432. Now, if this thing actually breaks below 424, which is sitting right now below 424, and we don't see any gap up on Monday, then watch out. It might be coming down to right here, 420. And that is the level that I'm watching on triple Q, because 420 gives up. Immediately you're going to see a lot more selling down to 13-day moving average right here, 416, and then this gap 413.58. And to the upside, the next stop above 424.24, holding 5-day moving average going into Monday. That means one thing, this thing can go up again back up to 430 and then 432. On Dow Jones ETF, DIA slightly up 0.16%, and look at this, guys, another fresh new all-time high. Now, a couple weeks ago, in pretty much in all my videos, I've been calling it out that Bollinger Bands are squeezing, so you're going to see a big move to the upside or to the downside. And you can see now this thing actually pushing and taking this Bollinger Band with it right here and expanding to the upside. So it looks like, unless we get a pullback, Bollinger Bands are expanding right now, and we picked a direction, and that is to the upside. And I think the next target will be 384 unless we get an immediate pullback. Now today we saw Apple going down, but no effect here on Dow Jones, and nothing big really going on Caterpillar and Boeing. Boeing is also down, but who cares? You can see from this low 323 going straight up, gapping up and going. And now another fresh new all-time high, 382.13. So going into Monday's session, and this is actually really crazy. So what was that previous all-time high right here? 381, right? Look at this, guys. That is just mind-boggling. Now it's holding 381, just like Microsoft. And also right here, 5-day moving average sitting at 379.75. So I would say 381 to 380, strong support on DIA. And only if that gives up, watch out for this support down here, which is holding right here. You can see these two candles, 378, and then watch out for 376 and then 372. And that's not happening right now unless this thing breaks below 376. Now DIA pushes back up again and breaks above 382. This new fresh all-time high. The next stop and my target 384. On IWM, absolutely flat on the day, and again a rejection right here at 198. Now IWM could be flagging right here, you can see, and if this actually plays out, this thing breaks above 198, easily can come up to 202, and that is gonna be the upside target on IWM. But if you look at my screen, I mean, there is actually not much upside even if we get that breakout above 198. And why, I can explain to you. Look at this. On this run, Bollinger Band was expanding all the way up to 205, got up to 209. And now, because how the price action is just coiling up right here, it's actually coming down. And now from 209, you can see it's coming down, now sitting at almost 202. And the bottom one also going up slightly right now. So this could be another case just like Dow Jones. But we all know that how weak is IWM. Yes, this thing rallied from the low here. But you can see, I mean, last few days, you got Nasdaq 100 hitting all-time highs. Dow Jones, SPY ETF again hitting all-time highs today, S&P 500. But this one here, nowhere near all-time highs. So that is the concern here on IWM. And on top of that, we do have FOMC. So going into Monday's session, you want to watch 198. That's going to be a big resistance to watch. And above that, that's going to be a breakout for at least another move up to 202. And who knows, maybe even up to this high, 205. To the downside, strong support down here. You can see today was holding 20-day moving average, this white line, 195. And just below that, we have this gap under 193, and 193 also a strong support on IWM. And then we have 190, 50-day moving average all the way down here. So the dollar is staying absolutely flat on Friday. And you can see, I mean, look at these candles. Every dip on dollar, you know, there's a lot of dip buyers buying up the dips. And you can see also that there's a lot of consolidation in between 103 and 103.58. So are we going to see a big breakout to the upside, especially with FOMC and big earnings? That is a big possibility. And you can see this one, I mean, it just going straight up from this low. So if this thing actually breaks 103.58, easily can come up to 104.48 and possibly even higher. On a pullback, you want to watch 103, 102.62 to be exact right here, and then watch out for 101.91 lower Bollinger Band right here. But this is actually a breakout from this downtrend, so this thing can definitely continue to the upside. On VIX, again, it's down on the day 1.41% and just hanging on right here at 13. And you can see if this thing pushes back up, coming right back down. So here on VIX, you want to watch $13 carefully going into next week, because below 13, this thing can dump again all the way down to lower band right here, and that is sitting at 11.93. At 13, VIX can hold, then watch out for a move up to, I would say right here, 14 to 15. And I said it so many times before also that above 15, that would be a massive breakout. VIX can hold right here at 15, then you're going to see a move all the way up to 18, and that is when you're going to see significant selling in the market. So the 10-year TNX going up 0.68% on Friday, and this is kind of concerning ahead of FOMC meeting on Wednesday, how this thing is going up. And also if you look at my screen, just like the dollar, just consolidating between 42 and 41. So if this thing actually gets a range breakout, I would say above 42, you're going to see a move quickly all the way up to 43.70. And don't forget about this massive gap on top at 47-ish right here, or just above 47, almost 48. So if this thing pushes and we get that breakout, so far we got the breakout out of this downtrend right here, and this thing so far holding right here at 41. Any dip we saw, it was getting bought up at 41, and now all we need this thing to get above 42 right here. Above 42, this thing can push all the way up to 43.70, this high right here and this high right here, and that's gonna be a big resistance to break for this gap to get filled on top. To the downside, 41 will be key level to watch, and below that you want to watch down here around 40, right here 40.20, and then right here at 38.80.